Welcome back, everybody. What if a friend asked you to help him create a marketing image for a new lizard-based theme park he's thinking about starting? I'm not saying it's likely to happen, but it could. Well, here's what I would do in Affinity Photo. I would start by going to pixabay.com and find a nice jungly-looking background image and a picture of a lizard. Next, I would use my selection brush tool to isolate this cold-blooded little fella from its background. Just paint over it to select. To make your brush head smaller, click the left square bracket a few times. And if you want to remove an area from your selection, click Option or Alt while painting to get rid of it. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'll click on the Refine button to make sure I get in all the details. You can switch between matte to get hair, or in this case the spines, foreground to include areas in your selection, or background to exclude areas. Now that I have it the way I want it, I'll select Output to a new layer and click Apply. Alright, that looks great. I'll just copy it and paste it over into my jungle. Then, I'll move my scale-covered friend and resize him a bit. Perfect. Alright, now I want to recolor the lizard so he blends in a bit with his surroundings. But I want to do something different with the little piece of wood he's on. So I'm going to use my freehand selection tool to trace around him. I'm going to copy him and put him in a new layer. I'll be pretty careful around the area where he touches the wood, but I can just encircle the rest of him with my tool. There, that looks good. I'll click Command or Control C to copy, and then Command or Control V to paste him into a new layer. Next, I want to separate the mouth as well, so let me cut it out and paste it into a new layer using the same technique. Okay, now that I have his parts separated, I'll rename the layers so I don't get confused which is which. I'll call the top one Liz with log, the middle one Liz no log, and the top one just mouth. Let's work on the no log layer first. I'm going to go to the Adjustments button at the bottom of my layer panel and then select HSL Adjustment. Then, I'll drag the adjustment layer onto the Liz No Log layer so it's the only layer affected. Now, I can move the Hue Shift slider until my friend here is a nice shade of green. I'll do the same thing to recolor the log and the mouth. Again, just go to the Adjustment button, select HSL Adjustment, drop the adjustment layer onto the layer you are working on, and then adjust the sliders until you get the desired color, lighting or saturation. Alright, now I'm going to move on to adding the text. We'll call our lizard theme park Lizard World. I'll click on my artistic text tool in the left-hand toolbar and then click and drag to about the size I want. I'll start with the L all by itself. Then, I'll click Command or Control J to duplicate it. Next, I'll type out the rest of the letters in Lizard World. I'll then resize the rest of the letters so they fit above the bottom of the L. By the way, the font I'm using is called Lizard. You can find this and other great fonts on dayfont.com. Right, now I'll click on my selection tool and select the L. I'll then go to Layers in the menu bar, scroll down and select Convert to Curves. Notice the little nodes show up on the L and the node tool cursor is activated. Now, I can drag it over the bottom, right two nodes to select them and drag them to the right together. Now, I'm going to select both the L and the Izard World layers. Right-click on them and select Group. Then, with the Command or Control button held down, I'll select all the other components of the image. I'll group them as well. Next, I'll turn off the lizard and background layers by clicking the little dot to the right of the group. Somehow my text got ungrouped. Let me fix that. I'll make my text a little longer and a little taller by dragging the nodes in the selection box. Then, I'm going to open up this cool scale-like image from pixabay.com. I'll go to Edit, Place, and drag the image over the text. They are actually roof tiles, but who cares, right? Next, I'll line my scales up where I want them. And then, I'll go to my text group, right-click on it, and then select Rasterize to turn it into a pixel layer. Once I've done that, I can grab the scales layer and drag it on top of the text layer to embed the image onto the text. That looks pretty awesome already. Okay, we're in the home stretch here. Stick with me. I'm going to turn the background and lizard group back on and ungroup it so I can drag and drop the text from the top layer to just below the lizard. Now, I'm going to resize the text by dragging the corner nodes and then move it back to center. That looks good. Next, I'm going to click on the FX button at the bottom of the Layers panel. This will bring up my FX options. I'll start by adding a little 3D effect. This is one of my personal favorite things to do with text to make the letters stand out, and it usually looks great when there's an embedded image. I'll just adjust the slider a bit until it looks good to me. Next, I'll add a bit of shadow by selecting it and checking the box. I'll adjust the radius up a bit and then use the Offset tool to drag the shadow where I want it. Finally, I'm going to add a little bright green outer glow. I'll change the color from white to green by clicking on the box and using the color wheel. Then, I'll drag the radius slider up to where it looks good. Alright, that's about it for today. If you learned something and want to see more of this kind of content, please click those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're feeling generous, this channel runs on caffeine. There's a link to buy me a cup of coffee in the descriptions. Not necessary, but certainly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone.